Hello and welcome to HBM's Crypto-Corner for Wednesday, January 17th, 2024. It is frigid here in Mississippi, guys. It's 5 degrees here. It's cold. Anyway, we have quite a few things to talk about, so let's get started. A recent survey says that a huge amount of people believe in Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster. Study has revealed how many people believe in Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, and mermaids. Huge amount of people believe in Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster, a shock study has revealed. The study, called Cryptid Communication, Media Messages and Public Beliefs about Cryptozoology, has been published in the International Journal of Communication and shows how many people believe in the creatures and other cryptids. Researchers from the University of Delaware asked people whether they strongly believed, disbelieved, or strongly disbelieved if mythical beasts, including Bigfoot, Nessie, the Yeti, and mermaids, were real. Bigfoot was the one people believed in the most, with 12% saying they strongly believed and 34% saying they believed. Both Loch Ness Monster and the Yeti had 44% in total. For Nessie, it was 10% strongly believed and 31% believed. The Yeti had 12% and 29%. Curiously, mermaids were the least convincing of the creatures, although 11% were found to strongly believe, just 22% believed, 33% in total. So that's quite interesting. But obviously, the entire public does not believe, quote unquote. A lot of folks are skeptical of these types of cryptids existing, obviously. Which, to be honest, there's nothing wrong with skepticism. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's when you delve into cynicism, that's when it gets really bad. You have to be careful you don't get too cynical. Skeptical, yes. Cynical, not good. What is the story of Portlock, Alaska, the ghost town allegedly abandoned because of a killer Bigfoot, also known as the Nantinak, scared off the town's inhabitants in the early 20th century? Well, that's the rumor anyway. On the southern coast of Alaska, mining tunnel, rubble, and rusted cannery equipment are all that remains of the village of Portlock. The residents of this shipping and canning port abandoned Portlock around 1950 in favor of towns built closer to the new Alaska Route 1 state highway. Portlock, nestled on the southern edge of the Kenai Peninsula along Port Chatham Bay, was no longer practical as a place to call home. At least that's the official story. Urban legends, on the other hand, claim the residents fled en masse from Portlock because of a huge, hairy, half-man, half-beast who started stalking and attacking residents of the town. The beast, reminiscent of Bigfoot or Sasquatch, was known to the locals as Nantinak, or Nantinuk. The term Nantinuk came from the native Alaskan Dena'ina word Nantina. This literally translates as those who steal people. But it makes you wonder, is this story even true? Some say it's not. Some say it's all a hoax. But who knows? Behind legend, there's always a little bit of truth. So if this is a legend, it's pretty much long time in dying. But again, who knows? Could be true, could not be true. I don't think any of the residents of Portlock are around anymore to confirm it anyway. So I suppose this will remain a legend and a rumor. We can't confirm it one way or the other anyway. Now here's an article by John O'Connor. Now, those of you who don't know who John O'Connor is, he's the author of an upcoming book called The Secret History of Bigfoot. This is apparently about supposed Sasquatch in Massachusetts. The Berkshires. I'll let you guys read it for yourself, if you're interested, of course. I'll put the link, of course, below. Here's a few things from Sharon A. Hill. Now, Sharon is a skeptic, but she does report on interesting things from time to time, especially regards cryptozoology. Arizona jaguar spotted. First, this is exciting. A new jaguar was spotted on a trail cam in Arizona. Jason Miller had been maintaining wildlife cameras north of the Mexican border with the hope of catching an endangered jaguar on film. On December 20, 2023, he did it. 5 officials from the Arizona Game and Fish Department examined the footage and, judging by a spot pattern, confirmed that the jaguar is an individual they have not seen before. Since 1996, when the species was classified as endangered, this is only the 8th individual animal documented in the U.S. The Mexico state of Sonora has about 200 jaguars in a breeding population. It's important for all wildlife enthusiasts to consider that border walls severely impact wildlife. A wildfire last summer in a nature preserve killed many wild animals in Texas when they were unable to escape. Now that's interesting. A jaguar in Arizona. Obviously, they don't recognize borders, so they're going to cross those borders. Here's one that might be a bit frightening. Megalodon tooth found in deep water. Another great find was in the ocean off the South Pacific. Back in 2022, biologists were mechanically collecting from the ocean floor in a deep sea area near the Johnston Atoll. They brought up a megalodon shark tooth that had lain in place 10,000 feet down. It still had the serrations on the ridges. Cryptozoologists might hope that this means the megalodon is not extinct, but the fossil was 3.5 million years old and encrusted with iron and manganese materials because it had not been disturbed and eroded. This is the first time such a tooth was found in situ. Shark skeletons, being made of cartilage, do not commonly fossilize, but we have a lot of their shed teeth. Now here's one. Bad news for Gigantopithecus blackie. Another story of interest to cryptozoology fans is the news that we now have more detailed information about what everyone's favorite candidate for a Bigfoot ancestor, Gigantopithecus blackie, went extinct. Unfortunately, it died out over 200,000 years ago in China. No chance that it made it to North America. Researchers suspect populations declined due to changing environment and food sources, which made it difficult for such a huge ape to adapt. Well, if that's true, then that means Sasquatch are not Gigantopithecus. They may be Paranthropus, Australopithecus. But, and I mean, obviously, they're claiming it's because of quote unquote climate change. That's the reason that Giganto went extinct, supposedly. Now, we don't know what Sasquatch are, obviously, so we can't say if it's Gigantopithecus or not. I know that a lot of scientists have said that Giganto did go extinct. But there are some scientists like Dr. Jeff Meldrum who believe that Giganto was in the right place at the right time and the right size. So, what is the answer? We don't have an answer right now. And we won't until a Sasquatch is found. Either brought in dead or alive. Now here's an interesting one. Wash. Strange bipedal creature seen watching hikers in Chile. A very weird video from Chile shows the moment when a pair of hikers seemingly stumbled upon a strange bipedal creature that appeared to be watching them from atop a hill. According to a local media report, the curious sighting occurred on the morning of December 31st as two friends were ascending a site known as Cerro de la Virgin in the city of Talca. As the duo neared the summit, one of the hikers turned to film the skyline below them. When he spun the camera back around, their peaceful morning adventure suddenly took an unsettling turn as he spotted a dark figure emerge from behind a tree at the top of the hill.
Llegando al cerrito, el peñón, loco. Estamos. ¡Llegamos! Oh, weón, ¿qué es eso? Weón, cacha. ¿Cachaste eso? Weón, ¿qué es esa weá? ¿Cachaste? Weón, ¿qué es eso?
Okay, where is the entity that he filmed? It pretty much, I don't know if it disappeared or what. Or he lost it somehow. That could be either a guy in a suit or AI. With the proliferation of AI these days, I don't trust videos. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't trust videos. Because the AI is too prominent these days. This could be an example of AI, or it could be a guy in a suit. But it seemed to disappear pretty quickly, whatever it was. Or did the videographer turn away from that area and then focus back on that area? It's pretty shaky. It really is. It's very shaky. Could be a hoax. It could be AI. It appears to be a hairy hominoid. Are there hairy hominoids in Chile? That's my question. Does anybody know? If anybody knows that there are hairy hominoids in the country of Chile, let me know in the comments below. I have to say, I'm very skeptical of this one. New record keeper takes over official Loch Ness Monster sightings register. There has been a changing of the guard at the official Loch Ness Monster sightings register as, after nearly 3 decades, founder Gary Campbell has reportedly handed the reins of the record over to his daughter Paige Daly. Serving as the arbiter of possible evidence for the famed cryptid, the project began back in 1996 after Campbell spotted something unusual at the famed Scottish site and then found that there was no place to report his observation. Shortly thereafter, he established the official Loch Ness Monster Sightings Register, which has since recorded a staggering 1,155 reports, and with the appointment of a new registrar for the project, the collection of cases looks to continue long into the future. Well, I mean, it's good to see that 2 generations are taking over the official Loch Ness Monster Sightings Register. That's good. And that the daughter has been interested in it as well. Congrats, Paige. I'm sure you'll do a great job on this. I'm looking forward to seeing further results. I'm looking forward to seeing further posts from official Loch Ness Monster Sightings Register. Very exciting news, I have to say. Finally, researchers uncovered giant 10-foot-tall apes living in China around 250,000 years ago, killed off by climate change. Now, that's, of course, if you believe in climate change.
Deep in the karst terrain of southern China lies evidence of giants. This giant towered over other known primates at 3 meters tall and weighing in at around 250 kilograms. A very distant relative to humans, Gigantopithecus blacki. They were thriving until they abruptly disappeared, so what brought down this mighty beast? There has been a concerted research effort to find the missing answers to this mystery.
Our team has been working in this area for more than 10 years.
The team explored hundreds of caves in the Guangxi province in southern China, and 22 of the caves with the best evidence were excavated and samples were collected for dating, so that we can target a precise period of time to look at how the environment was changing and how the species was behaving. We focused on both sediment and fossil dating.
So we can date this with optically stimulated luminescence, or OSL dating, and we can work out exactly when this sediment was last exposed to daylight before it was deposited in the cave.
Direct dating of the teeth. So there's two techniques basically we can use. One is U-series, or what you can do is also remove a fragment and do what we call ESR, which is electron spin resonance.
Combining over 150 radiometric ages, the team established that Giganto went extinct between 295 to 215,000 years ago.
Look at the sediments preserved in the caves, and then take them to a laboratory and try and extract microfossil remains from them. And these microfossils can include things like pollen, which can tell you a lot about the vegetation that was growing around the cave.
Use that as well to trace their diet, their trophic level. We're going to look at the potential migration.
Early Giganto was flourishing in a rich and diverse forest. But by 600,000 years ago, the environment became more variable due to the strengthening of the seasons. This caused a change in the structure of the forest communities and an increase in disturbance. Giganto relied on a less nutritious backup food in times of food scarcity, so the diversity of its food decreased. Its increase in body size restricted its geographical range for foraging. This all contributed to chronic stress and dwindling numbers. This is a glimpse of a species on the edge of extinction. This was the end for the vulnerable giant.
That's good stuff. I mean, of course, that's if you believe that Gigantopithecus did go extinct. Personally, again, like I said, we don't know for sure if Giganto went extinct if Sasquatch are Gigantopithecus. And that's the key. Are Sasquatch Gigantopithecus? We don't know, obviously. We have no idea. If we did know, then we would have solved this mystery a long time ago. But we don't know for sure. A really fascinating video, that's for sure. Good stuff, like I say, good stuff. I enjoyed that particular video. Good, like I say, really good. And that's going to do it for this week. You guys stay warm. Stay safe. If you don't have to get on the roads, don't get out on the roads. If the roads are frozen around where you live. It's just way too cold to be trying to drive somewhere and then get stuck. Be careful, guys. Anyway, you guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. For almost 9 years, you guys have been the heart of the show. I've had several very faithful individuals who tune in every week. And I appreciate you guys. I really do. I'll continue as long as you guys want me to. I'm hoping to continue to do this for another 9 years. Hopefully, I'll still be around at that time. I'll be 54 this year, and I'm not getting any younger. So, but I'm going to continue to do this, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm not going anywhere right now. So, until next week, y'all be good or be good at it. This is HBM's Crypto Corner.